Cool. So if you're starting your AI automations agency, you might feel like there's a million and one things to do. So in this video, I'm just going to simplify it as much as I can, get you that one straight path so you know exactly where you're headed, what you're doing, and within a few days to a couple of weeks, have your first client under your belt and on your way to making millions. So let's get into it. A little PowerPoint. You all know I love my PowerPoints. So first of all, I think the most important thing is just making sure you have the skills, the competency in being able to actually build these systems. So you might already have a job at the moment, a part-time job, or you might be completely unemployed or a student or whatever. In your free time, have you been building and testing and trialing outside of your day job? Because trust me, when you start doing this stuff, it doesn't just come straight away. I've said it before, automations that used to they've taken me a week. I remember jumping up and down in my bedroom because I finally got one automation going. I look back and I think I could do that in 10 minutes now. So outside of your job or whatever you're doing, as long in your free time, are you building? Are you increasing your skills? Are you doing the make courses? Are you having a look at other automation platforms like Zapier or NA10 or anything? Well, I've put here anyway to learn on make.com. I think it's just the easiest one to learn on. The user interface is nice, it's easy. You can learn then about variables, API calls, HTTP, make requests, scraping, iterators and aggregators, webhooks, and just basically overall how everything works. And I just think just hammer down on it, build your skills. And what I meant by build is building automations and do live build alongs with YouTubers. Like I've got one on my channel. Well, I've got a few on my channel, but one's just making, the thumbnails that I have at the moment. One's literally just building an automation where I put into an app the title, what I'm wearing, and the transcript, and it creates a thumbnail for me. First time, boom, I'll just put it straight into the thumbnail creator, whatever it is, into YouTube, because it used to take me ages, and I hated it, and I hate the editing, and I hate everything to do with, I'm joking, I hate YouTube. But even if it's the point I'm trying to make is, even if it's just something that you're not even interested in, you don't do YouTube, you have no intention of actually using that automation, it doesn't matter, just build it along with me, or just watch how my mind works, the thought processes, the structure, how I build them, and then you can sort of get an idea and you can fast track your learning by doing that. And then off the back of that, this is what I used to do. I used to watch people build, and I used to get ideas off the back of that. I thought, they're doing that automation, but how much cooler would it be if you could actually do this, this, and this? So I'd make sort of extra branches off of that automation, or alternatively, it would be like the main idea, but I just think, actually, I could do that. I'd just get some sort of brainstorm session going, and I'd just be getting ideas off the back of their automations and then just going and building them. Like the lead scraping one. I don't know if anyone's done anything really too similar to that. I don't know anyway, they might have. Not that I saw, but I think I got an idea from something else. So to start with, I think the main foundation for your AI automations career is making sure that you have got the skills, or at least a base level of competence, to be able to build these systems for people. Because at the end of the day, I know a lot of people give you the templates and stuff, but I don't think it's ever come to I can't remember having a client that I've just properly just plugged and played into. Everything needs little changes here and there, even if they're minuscule, it's still a change here and there. And it needed some kind of technical expertise, or not technical because this stuff isn't too technical, but a basic foundational or fundamental knowledge of how to build systems. Leads. I put scrapey rapey. Sorry if anyone gets offended. No, I'm not saying that. I put scrapey rapey just because you literally got to just scrape as many leads as you can. Now, I've put a load of questions just because I've just been making pancakes. It's pancake day. And while the pancakes were cooking, I was just doing this, and I couldn't really think. I had to go flip the pancake quickly. So I've just put who, what, where, why, how, and all that crap. So How are you going to scrape the leads? So I've got a lead scraping automation on my channel. I'll show you how you can do it for absolutely free. If you've got a LinkedIn account, that is, or at least an established LinkedIn account, you can do it for absolutely free. You can get LinkedIn leads, which in my opinion are the most high intent leads, are good quality. You've got who, or another how actually, you could create an automation. I might actually put this on my channel that just scrapes Apify constantly. Apollo using Apify. You can literally use Apollo. Yes, they are quite saturated and not the best, but I'll actually show you in a minute my campaign stats for one that I'm doing at the moment, a very generic email campaign that some company has set up for me for free because I deserved it. We used Apollo leads and I think it's like 3% response rate, which is okay. And it's like 20 odd opportunities. So still, if you haven't got the money, I'll get into that later on. But how, you can literally set up an automation which scrapes Apify. It's really cheap. I think it's like $1.20 for 1,000 leads. So you're paying $12 for 10,000 leads on Apollo. Really good, really cheap. Who? So this is really where it differs on what you're using. So if you're using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, go back to some of my other videos where I show you how to scrape LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And if you get the advanced plan, you could actually use what's called a category intent or a product intent or product interest or something like that. I don't know. But I've shown you on previous videos. And basically what it does, it shows you people that have some kind of interest in that specific product or service. So for example, you can just type in automation and you get build automation tools. So there's a load of people that are interested in people building automation tools for them. Marketing automation, so you can reach out with the lead gen system. You've got conversational AI on there, a load of people that are interested in conversational AI. Not enough people are talking about this. Not enough people are understanding it and probably putting it into action. I first spoke to it when I was quite small. I still am quite small, although we're pushing 1,000 subscribers. So if you're seeing this, you still made it this far through the video, press that fucking subscribe. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to beg for subscribers. What was I even saying? Yeah, you can do that on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and then you can also scrape Apollo leads. Oh, we're on about who. So yeah, who on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you've got that sort of category intent. In terms of who on Apollo, you're going to want to pick a niche. Pick an industry that you understand, or at least you have some sort of foundational knowledge in. Maybe one that if you haven't worked in business before, maybe one that your dad's worked in, and speak to him about the common pain points and stuff like that, and speak to him about if there was a system like this that could do X, Y, and Z. How would that look to you? How would that benefit you, if it would in any way? And he'd be thinking, this X, Y, and Z, and you go, right, bosh, okay, and you go and do a campaign based off that. Why? I've put stupid. Why? To get money. We're going to scrape leads because that's who we're going to be contacting. When? Doesn't matter. Pretty much as soon as you finish the whole scrape, put them through either a personalization system, which is again on my channel, or just do a generic campaign. Again, it does work. I'll show you exactly how that looks on the next one. And what happens if you don't do this? You're a fucking idiot. Outreach, time to make it rain. And actually, as I was writing this, cooking my pancakes, someone did message who's a subscriber who messages now and again. So I'm going to give him a little shout out. I think it's Just a Digital Marketer. Bear with me. Yes, Just a Digital Marketer. He asked, just wondering if you had to start again and focus on either LinkedIn or email for outreach, which one would you choose? LinkedIn or email? Both. Just a Digital Marketer. I'd absolutely do both. The reason being, right, there's pros and cons to both of them. So LinkedIn, you can only send about 40, I think, messages per day, per account. And you've probably only got one account, so there's 40 a day. That's a con, whereas cold email counteracts that by giving you the potential to send thousands of emails a day. The thing is with cold email is you're expecting a reply rate. I think the industry standard, is around 2%. There's the pancakes. And the LinkedIn is much higher. I think it's like 30-40%, something like that, reply rate. So even though you're sending 40 cold DMs, you're still getting a response rate from that. Even if they're not positive, you're getting response rates at maybe out of the 40, maybe you're getting 15, 16, 17, something like that, which is good. And then you can, they're still a lead. You can then nurture them, look into their pain points and start posting about their potential pain points. Or you can just message every couple of weeks, just say, how's it going? Or offer some kind of free value. I just made a video, actually. Not me personally. You could say, I've just made a video. Do you mind watching it before I send it out? After you've obviously messaged them quite a bit. And they go, yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Let me see this video. And strategically, that video plays exactly to their pain points or whatever. Something that you could just think off the top of your head. So which is better? I don't think there's one particularly better. I don't think enough people utilize LinkedIn, myself included. I did start DMing for a little bit, and that's how I know about the reply rates. And a lot of people see a lot of success with LinkedIn and just messaging. Some people just don't even cold email; they just cold DM on LinkedIn, which I think is fair enough. And a lot of you I know have connected with me on LinkedIn, and I've literally got nothing on there. Apart from, I haven't got anything to do with my agency really. I think that's sort of out of respect for you can see my old companies on there that I worked for, and with non-competes and stuff like that, but we won't get into that because just in case they're watching and they're going to sue me. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Look, if they have a number, no one does this. If they have a number in their out of office signature, ring them when they're back. It says I'm returning on the 24th of March, and sometimes they'll have a number in their email, and you could ring them the day after they get back and just say, hey, I don't know if you saw my email, and turn it into a bit of a cold one, but it's still a bit warm. I definitely recommend that. This is what I mean. You've got to be relentless. So you've got the cold email, you're reaching out to 10,000 people as a minimum, you're messaging on LinkedIn, you're ringing, but you're not cold calling. It's a waste of time in this situation. You might be, if you're younger and inexperienced, it certainly is a waste of time. If you're older and you've been around for 30-40 years and you have a better idea of how to actually speak to people on the phone, I still think it's a waste of time. And, I used to do a lot of cold calling in my old jobs, but and you could get a couple opportunities now and again, but with the AI automation agency, you're just better off just hammering out a load of hyper-personalized emails and sieving through the replies of that. And put 95% of your time into income-producing activities. You don't want to be wasting any time on activities that aren't going to make you income. Now, the other 5% should just be building. Now, you're probably best off maybe doing 80%, 20%, so 80% outreach, 20% building, something like that, depending on your competency level and your skill level. But as soon as you start sending out emails, from that first day, you'll be getting replies. It's not like something that takes a while to kick in. You'll get a reply on your first day, even if it's on a campaign slow ramp up and you've only sent 90 or something in the day from all your email accounts. You're still going to get a reply. So just look out for the excitement of that. And yeah, so the income producing activities is what's going to bring you money, experience, which is so important. When you get that first customer and you sort of now understand how it all works, or at least you have so much of a better understanding of how it works now, you're going to believe in yourself a lot more. You're going to be a hell of a lot more motivated, and it's just going to be a whole enjoying. You're going to enjoy the experience is what I'm trying to say. Don't be a pussycat. Be resilient. Don't stop. Okay, don't stop until you get a hard no. That's what it's meant to say. But you could also probably not stop until you get a hard on. That'll be a good one. No, what that's meant to say is don't stop until you get a hard no. Until someone says, unsubscribe, stop emailing me, stuff like that. Because it's different in the US, but in the UK we have quite strict GDPR rules. So if you do email them after they say unsubscribe or whatever, they can technically sue you or, be quite mean to you. So be ruthless, be resilient, but be polite as well. Don't just go hammer down. Reply to me or I'm going to kidnap your family. You still got to be polite, but be really ruthless. So what I mean by that is like, hey, I don't know if you caught my last email, or in fact, there's a guy who I had a meeting with and we got a decent sized opportunity out of it. And then it's gone completely quiet. He's ghosted me. Does that mean now I'm going to stop? No. Until he says no, I'm now emailing him every single day. And it's got to the point now where I'm going to set up an AI step, an AI scenario to just email him every day at like 1:00 because I can't be bothered to do it anymore. But you have to be resilient and ruthless. Money at this stage with no clients in, that's your priority, is getting money in, without a doubt. That's what you should be focusing most of your time on, is just getting money in. And once you've got that client, it's about your priority shifts to making that client extremely happy and making it feel like it's the best decision they've ever made working with you. But until then, money's your priority. So the sales process, right? I've talked, there's a sales call, a live one, 1 hour and 5 minutes on my channel. So go watch that. I know, granted, it is annoying because I wasn't able to clean the sound because of all the different mics that were going on, and I was also like pressing the space bar of this really old keyboard really hard. So I know it's annoying. So if you can hold on for 1 hour and 5, it's truly worth it. It's incredibly cringy, but I got the job done. I got it over the line on a first call. So you can sort of understand my structure, steal my script. I'm going to be starting a community where I'm going to be obviously doing, since I've been in sales, and since literally sales is probably, and getting a client over the line is the hardest part of this whole business. The sales process is literally the hardest part and most important part. A lot of it's going to be dedicated. A lot of my community is going to be dedicated to scripts, what worked for me, how to sell and stuff like that, because I'm trying to teach you how to get money. I'm not just trying to teach you how to build systems and stuff like that, because you can do that for free on YouTube. I am obviously going to show you that the systems, exactly ones that I sell. But a big part of it is going to be sales processes. Right. So you probably just didn't listen to any of that I said because you were reading this, and I'm going to swap it around. You're not Jordan Belfort. I'm sure a lot of you know who Jordan Belfort is. He was the Wolf of Wall Street. He is the Wolf of Wall Street, I suppose. And that was very much boiler room sales, right? What does he say? He says like something about Steve Madden's shoes. You're going to ram it down their throat until they either buy or die, right? That's not what it's like. I've put here, granted, yeah, you have to be relentless getting them on the call. Now it's time for the caring mum to put out, to come out, is what I've said. You gotta listen to them, and you gotta really care about their problems. You care about their issues, and you care about their bottlenecks, because this is what you're gonna solve. And when you do solve it, it's gonna make you feel a whole lot better, because it's making them feel a whole lot better, and the whole interaction just feels a lot more genuine, and it's a really nice experience because you genuinely are helping someone. So these calls, you listen for 80% of it and you talk 20% of it, unless they ramble, and then you say, look, let's get back on track. But you listen, you learn, and then you pitch. So you're listening to you're asking questions now and again, you're listening to all the answers they're giving you, you're learning and taking in exactly what they're saying, and then based off what they've said, you go and pitch, and you either close a deal if you feel like that's the vibe that you're getting, or you book a next call and you do a demo for the decision maker, or however it works. You really have to gauge it on that call. I've put here, most likely won't be a 1 call close. It is true. Most of my closes have been 2 call closes. It's the one I showed you on my channel was a 1 call close, but that's because I really built that urgency and that impulse in him to actually want to buy it. So the first one we call a discovery call. That's where you're discovering their issues, and they're discovering the solution that you're going to pitch them. The second is a demo and close. So the second, you want all decision makers on there. You want to push for a decision on that call. You don't want any, I'll go think about it and I'll talk to you about sales objections in another video or in the community or something like that. The second's a demo and a close. It can sometimes turn into a bit more of a harder close. And you have to gauge that sort of feeling, that vibe again, and you got to know when you can soft close it and when you can hard close it. This is what I mean. It's not actually that. It's not simple. Building the systems is the simple part, believe it or not. But hopefully I'm going to simplify it all for you and get you guys into absolute closing machines. And you're going to book the next call at the end of the first call. So your discovery call gone. Now, this is mistakes I sometimes make, but I'm going to drill it into you, and hopefully by drilling it into you, it's going to be absolutely drilled into me. It's about booking the second call whilst you're still on that first call. You're on the computer, they have their calendar handy. So you can just say, oh, do you have your calendar handy? And they say no. And you'll say, what are you on about? It's down there. Click on it. Let's book something in. No, they're going to say, yeah, I have my calendar handy. You say, oh, would it make sense? Or would it make sense if we book something in now just so I don't have to chase you and vice versa, because you know how annoying that could be? And they'll go, yeah, of course, that makes sense. Book something in whilst you're both on the call. You're both dedicated and committed to being on that second call, and your chances of closing, there's got to be some stats on it, but your chances of closing are going to go through the roof because you've now got a commitment from them to be on that second call. Bish, bash, bosh, thank you very much. Get their thoughts on the system. So at the end of the call, you sort of say, oh, what did you like? What didn't you like? Where's your head at with this? And they're probably almost always going to say, I think it's really cool. I think it's going to really work. And you're going to be like, yeah, but you want to dive deeper, right? You're going to probe a bit deeper into why they like it. Really delve into why they like it. Remember that? And then that can be used as your follow-up and also the introduction to the next call. What I mean by this is, in the follow-up, you're going to say, yeah, I've mentioned it actually. Right there, you're going to send a follow-up and say, do a brief overview of what you discussed, subtly though, and mention what they liked about it. So you based off what you told me, what you're struggling with X here and the issues you found within Y. Well, basically what our system does is just solves those pain points by A, B, and C. And that's exactly why you said you liked it, because whatever they said, go into that. And I'm not surprised you said about it. You know what I mean? Just reiterate in their mind exactly what it is, the problems they had, your solution, and why they liked it. And then you're going to do it again closer to the time of the second call. You're going to do them 3 things: why the issues they're having, what your solution does, and why they liked it. And they've got it firmly in their brain then for the second call, and then you reiterate it in the introduction to that call, and again, your chances of closing are going to be right through the roof, because all throughout that call, all they're thinking is their problems, your solution, what life's going to be like with your solution, and why they liked it. Last thing that's going to be on their mind is cost. And the second call is your time to shine. So you know everything. You're the expert. You're fully prepared. This is really important. Don't be lazy here. This is literally, you're going to leave money on the table if you don't do this. Fully prepare. Study the transcript that you recorded with Otter AI that I've talked about on my channel. Study the transcript, and now you're ready to close the fuck out of it. You remember every single thing that was mentioned on the first call. You reiterate those 3 things that I mentioned, and you keep relating everything back to what you've already discussed in the first call about their pain points, everything you know now about them and what they're going through in their business, and you're going to mention that. Closed. So the deal's closed. You're so ecstatic. You're ringing your nan. You're going to get her a new rocking chair. She's thanking you. Everyone's kissing you. Everyone's fucking, yeah. You're absolutely buzzing. And then reality sits in and you think, fuck, how am I actually going to deliver this? And we've all done it. Everyone who's got their first client has sat and gone, hang on. Now what about everyone thinks about it. What if I do this and they won't be able to do that? How do I actually end up giving that? That seems unprofessional. just look at the video on my channel about giving things over to the client. I explain it in depth. It's going to really help you, okay? Eliminate those questions. What if this? What if that? You don't really, and you will think about it. You will overthink it, but you just don't need to. You don't need to. It's all covered. Don't worry. They really want the system. At the end of the day, they don't care if it comes in a wooden spoon or a silver. I don't know what I'm on about, but you get the gist. And that's where the competence in building it come in. You can make any adjustments they need, and you can make it bespoke, and you make it a bit more tailored. So that's where this is again where the skills and competence, confidence in your own building skill comes in. It's going to really help you and propel you going forward. Oh yeah, so work out the project kickoff call, plan it, build it, and hand it over. So on the project kickoff call, you really need to again study and understand what it is, the structure of the call, how it's going to go. Because again, you've only got half an hour here to get all their API keys, to get the details to the make account, explain everything because they're going to have a lot of questions, make them feel, again, because they've probably just spent quite a lot of money on this, or at least they've put a large deposit down, make them feel, again, their problems, what this solution is going to do for them, and what they liked it. Again, keep reiterating it, keep putting their mind at rest. They've just spent however many thousands on the system. They're going to be like, oh my God, we're fucked or whatever. No, just make sure they have a nice experience all the way through. Continuously put their mind at rest. Continuously fucking, don't know, but I think that's pretty much it. Oh no, it's not. Rinse and repeat. So honestly, after you get that first one, you're going to think you're unstoppable. You're going to keep replying to leads on email. You're going to get on calls with them leads, and you're going to be looking them dead in the eye, and you're going to be going, you're going to be stupid not to buy this. You're not going to say that like I did it though. If you've seen the sales call, you probably haven't watched it all the way through because granted, I know it is annoying, but you're going to, if you watch it all the way through, there is a bit in there where I actually call him stupid if he didn't buy it. And that came across in a jokey way. It came across in a nice way. It wasn't like I was saying, you're going to be stupid if you don't buy this. I said it with a smile on my face. I laughed and I apologized afterwards because I couldn't believe I just said it. I think I went a bit red as well. So don't say that, but have the mentality that they're stupid. This system's going to solve all their problems, whatever system it is, whether they take ages on proposals, whether they're losing money on invoices that you can just send out automatically, whether it's a complete sales funnel with sales agents and marketing specialists and content generators and everything all in one system, or it's just a lead gen system that's pretty straightforward. Whatever it is, your confidence in whatever it is going to really help them, and your confidence will just shine through on every single call. They'll know they're in safe hands, and that's really important too. It's really important for them to know that have all their faith in you. They're going to put a lot of money into your bank account. You need to understand that they're not going to feel comfortable doing it. You need to make them feel easy, and the best way to do that is to have absolute confidence in your system. You've come up with a system that will save them. You've got the answers. That's the mentality you've got to have. Rinse and repeat. Keep replying to leads. Keep getting on calls. Keep selling the fuck out of them. Keep handing it over. Then we're back to the bottom. Keep getting money in your pocket. So that is it. That is hopefully a simplified and quite motivating way of going from zero to getting a client. Hopefully you understand what it is you've got to do. How you got to do it, and I don't even know what else, but I really do genuinely hope this helped. If it did, give me a like, drop me a comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.